A very good evening and welcome to the Flipside webinar series, a panel discussion on sharing lessons from books we have read. My name is Desandi. I'm a member of the Pickabook Juniors Office Club and also the moderator this evening. Before I introduce our wonderful panelists, let me first tell you a little about Pickabook. Pickabook is a global movement for readers. They say the best way to learn is to teach somebody. We encourage the reading habit by getting all participants to select a book, read, and research on it thoroughly, and present a summary, which also helps to hone his or her public speaking, communication, and presentation skills. By doing this, Pickabook not only inculcates the habit of reading, but also helps to impart a wealth of knowledge. Without further ado, I'm so sorry. I had a power cut. So let me begin from where I stopped. Without further ado, let me introduce you all to our amazing panelists for today. We have quite an interesting session lined up. Did you know that the Harry Potter series has been hailed as one for the ages by Stephen King and a spellbinding saga by USA Today? And most recently, the New York Times called Harry Potter and the Deathly Hallows the fastest selling book in history. We have two wonderful ladies here with us. to discuss more on these books. In fact, two books in particular, The Prisoner of Azkaban and The Order of the Phoenix. Our first panelist is Minali De Silva from the Book Circle Club. She is 10 years old and schools at St. Bridget's Convent and is in grade 5. Her hobbies include reading, writing, skateboarding, cycling, drawing, and, well, a ton more stuff. She also plays tennis and does swimming. Welcome Minali to the flip side. Our next panelist is Anya Fernando, who is from the Office Club. She is also 10 years old and attends St. Bridget's Convent. During her free time, she likes cooking, reading of course, and playing Minecraft. She absolutely loves being outdoor and having adventures. One of her favorite things in her life is her puppy Bella. Welcome Anya to the Junior Flipside series. I am so excited to start this discussion. So, let's begin with the questions. Anya's first question is, what is your favorite part of the book?
My favorite part of the book is when Professor Lupin, Tonks, Mad-Eye Moody, Kingsley Shacklebolt, and a few more people come and save Harry from the Dursleys' house and take him to the Grimmauld Palace in London, where Sirius Black lives. And there he learns to live with Sirius and has a happy time there until he goes to school.
Okay, that was very well explained. Now let's come to Minali's first question. What's your favorite part of the book?
Well, I have to say that my favorite part of The Prisoner of Azkaban is where Hermione and Harry go back in time and save Buckbeak and Sirius. That's one of my favorite parts. It was really hard to choose because I love Harry Potter, but that's my main favorite part because going back in time, saving lives, that's just really cool.
Okay. Anya's second question is, can you tell me any part of the book that made you laugh?
Well, the part in the book which made me laugh is kind of embarrassing but also quite funny. It's the part where Harry kisses Cho Chang.
Okay,
I
that is
know.
really funny.
When I first heard that, I was shaking and shaking. I couldn't stop laughing.
My dog Bella, had to actually lick my face and actually bite the book to stop me from laughing.
Okay. And second question from Minali is, if you were Harry, how would you feel about these events?
Well, in Prison of Azkaban, I'd feel really, I'd be really surprised because my godfather is supposed to be a really bad guy, a murderer. So I'd be really angry with him because I'd be like, oh my goodness, he was my parents' secret keeper. And, he sold my parents to Voldemort. He is the main reason I don't have any parents. I want to squeeze the life out of him, get the stuffing right out of him. And in Order of the Phoenix, um, I would feel like because I feel so left out. Everyone is at Grimmauld Palace, and I'm stuck with the Dursleys. So and I'd be feeling really angry, especially with especially Umbridge and Voldemort because Voldemort placed a fake memory in Harry's mind, so that caused Harry and some of his friends to go to the Ministry of Magic, where Sirius wasn't there, but Sirius actually got killed in the Ministry of Magic um, in his attempt to save Harry. So I feel really angry and depressed most of the time.
Okay, yeah. Okay, we're back to Anya. Your third question is, who is your favorite character?
Well, my favorite character is Draco Malfoy. Y'all are probably wondering why I chose Draco and not Harry, Hermione, Ron, Cho, anybody. Why did I have to choose him? Well, at first, I used to kind of like Hermione and all the good guys, but then I realized I need to start liking the other people in this book. So I didn't go and just start liking Cedric, Cho Chang, Hannah Abbott, all those other people. I started liking the bad guys. At first, I actually liked Voldemort. For some reason, I actually liked him, Bellatrix Lestrange, Narcia, Lucas Malfoy, all those bad guys. Then in the end, I realized I'll choose a less bad guy and less good guy, Draco Malfoy. But before I got to the book where Draco turns super bad and joins the dark side fully and becomes a Death Eater, I actually thought him as a mean guy, not bad guy. Until Half Blood Prince, where Snape kills Dumbledore. But Malfoy was forced to kill Dumbledore, or like Dumbledore was like threatening him to kill him for some reason, and Malfoy didn't do anything. He was like just standing there. He was about to say something which might have changed the whole series, and Draco might have turned good. But ended out that Snape out of nowhere had to come out of a corridor and kill Dumbledore. So that's why I like Draco.
Okay, very well explained again. And Minali, your third question is, if you knew that your godfather was a bad person, how would you react to it?
Well, obviously, if I knew that my godfather was a really bad person, I mean, according to the book, he's supposed to be a murderer. That means a guy who kills people. So I'd be like, what? I am related to a super bad guy, like 100% bad guy, a follower of Voldemort. And I'd be like surprised and very, very surprised. Yeah, obviously. And I'd be really angry with him because Harry's dad and parents, both of them, Lee and James, trusted Sirius like 100%. But since Fudge's conversation with McGonagall, Flitwick, and Hagrid, and Harry found out that Sirius Black is his godfather, he was really angry. He like couldn't think of anything else for a week. Same way, if I thought that my godfather was well a really bad person, not only would I be very angry and surprised, but if I actually knew my godfather, I'd be really sad too, because I'd obviously trust him, right?
Yeah, you would, right? Okay, so we're back to Anya. Your fourth question is my favorite question. If you were J.K. Rowling, is there a part in the book that you would like to change?
Yeah, the part I would like to change is basically where the Dursleys, who treat Harry like as if he's just some piece of dirt which is like sticking on the wall. Well, I would really want the Dursleys dead. Now I know that's a bit mean, but there are a few other places which I would like to change. The other thing is I never wanted Voldemort to be dead because that would like change the entire story, because like Harry would just be a normal visit going to school and his parents would be there, and like no one taught him special. Ministry of Magic would be fine. Voldemort nowhere near. Draco would probably not be a Death Eater, and then my favorite character, poof, gone, not a Death Eater more. So I would really like the Dursleys dead, and I would also really like if Cedric lived because it's kind of sad. And also the funniest part of the book where Harry kisses Cho is not exactly well, because I would be particularly best if Cedric and Cho were together than Harry and Cho. Because later on in the book and in the movies, Harry gets together with Ginny, so it will probably be better.
But Anya, because of some of the changes you made, you're thinking about, like, what are you saying? Um, yes, about the Dursleys being dead and Cedric living. Well, that would cause a huge disruption to the whole story. Have y'all read Cursed Child, Harry Potter and the Cursed Child?
No.
I haven't.
Well, it's a thrilling story. It's actually based on a play. It's like basically the script of the play. So what happens is, um, Albus Potter and Scorpius Malfoy go back in time to try and you know, save Cedric Diggory. But if Diggory still lives, that would cause a huge disruption. That would mean that Voldemort, before that, I have to talk about the Dursleys as well. Now, if the Dursleys died, that would also cause a really big disruption. Now, Scorpius and Albus get trapped in the year 1980. That's the year when Harry's parents died. So they got stuck in 1980. And if it was not for the blank that if it was not for Dudley, who sent back who sent Harry back the blanket that he came in when he was left on the Dursley's doorstep, So if it was not for Dudley who sent the blanket back, um, Albus and Scorpius would be trapped in time, and that would cause a huge disruption. And back to Cedric Diggory. If Cedric Diggory lived, he'd become a Death Eater. Diggory, a Death Eater. Can you believe it? Someone from Hufflepuff, a Death Eater. Yep, a Death Eater. And Diggory kills Neville Longbottom. Diggory actually kills Neville, and so then Neville can't kill Voldemort's snake. So then that means in the future, no Harry Potter, and well, yeah, everything is Voldemort. So Harry dies. Voldemort's
Oh,
all powerful, and
mm,
yeah, a lot of stuff changes.
say no more.
Okay, you made us understand a lot. Okay, so it's Minali's turn. Your first question is, who's your favorite character from the particular book which is Prisoners of Azkaban?
Ooh, that's easy. My favorite character is dun, 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 Sirius Black. I know some of you will be like, what? Well, I know how you're feeling. But actually, if you look on the bright side, Sirius is actually kind of cool. He's an animagus. He can turn into a dog. And yeah, mainly because he's an animagus, that's why I like him. But also, well, he was really smart and a real prankster. The trick he and James Potter played on Snape in Order of the Phoenix, that was really funny. So I also took a liking to that because Snape's not all good. Like he was a bad guy at some point. So I thought that taught him a lesson. You know.
Okay, and Anya's last fifth question is, what animal would you take to Hogwarts if you could bring any child?
Well, I would love to bring my puppy Bella, and and if it means buying a new puppy or buying a new pet, I would probably choose a lion and a cheetah. So I'll bring like about three pets to school, and then everyone will be like, "What? Why are there three dogs? Why is there a dog, a cheetah, and a lion in the school? And Dumbledore, if Dumbledore was still alive, Dumbledore would have probably gone mad with him following him in his back. And the phoenix would probably be dead because Bella is also sort of like a big cat. And they're all big cats and they hunt birds, I guess. So the phoenix is dead.
Oh,
Okay.
bye bye, Fox.
Okay. My favorite the animal I would actually take would be an owl. An owl. I don't know why, but I would take that. Okay, so Mrinali's last question. If you could make any new hex, jinx, charm, curse, or spell, what would that spell be, and what are the effects of it, and how do you cast or use it?
Oh, now that's a really good question, this Andy. Luckily, I came prepared. You see, ever since I got my craze for Harry Potter, I've been like, you know what? I want to create my own spell. Okay, say, here we go. This is a wand. Well, it's actually a pencil, but imagine it's a wand. So you can point it at anything like this, a comb. So then the spell is imito. So I pointed at this and say, imito. I can use the brush as a wand. And so I can use the brush to cast spells or levitate stuff and stuff like that. I could even use it on my finger. Yeah. So and there's another version of imito. So you point it at yourself and say imito vocalis, and someone you want to sound like. Okay, let's say imito vocalis Hermione Granger. No, no, you've done it all wrong. It's not Wingardium Leviosa. It's Wingardium Leviosa. Make the ga nice and long. And the counter spell for this is Abrito. So then everything stops.
Okay, wow, you are very creative. So, thank you to our wonderful panelists, Mrinali and Anya, for sharing interesting insights from two interesting books. I would also like to thank our audience for their support and positive feedback on today's Flipside session. If you would like to know more about Pick a Book, please visit us on www.pickabook.club or contact us on 077 554 8283. Thank you everyone for joining in. Hope you have a magical week ahead.